Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, August 6th. It is 6:23 right now. Market's in open in about 7 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. One last thing here. And it looks like we are good to go. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. All right, going down to the 8-hour time frame, down to the 4-hour, onto the 2-hour, down to the 1-hour, down to the 30-minute, down to the 15, a lot of liquidity sitting up here. So when price finally does swing back up, give me a big push to the upside, down to the 10-minute. Yeah, there's a ton of liquidity just chilling up here. It's not ready to get hit yet, but probably later this week. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, guys, so I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is at 38,950, and the closest level below is at 38,889. Pretty close to current price. Price is just consolidating down below this lower area right here. As you guys can see, there's a lot of liquidity sitting up top over here. So if price does climb up, might happen today, might happen tomorrow. A lot of this liquidity is going to get hit. The volatility is a little bit back to normal today. As you guys can see, ATR is currently at 22 here pre-market. It's still pretty high compared to what we're used to, but I mean, for the most part, it is it's doable right now. Looking over here across the board, it's pretty much bearish right now across the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hours. So we'll probably be looking for some sells today. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it is currently 58% short. So it's pretty much neutral right now with regard to retail sentiment. There's not really much news today. There's some news at 7:10, but it's just low impact to medium impact. So I'll put that up over here. So I'll keep it at 15.15 for now. If I need to make changes, I'll make the changes. But as of now, I'm gonna keep it as is because we'll see how market moves here on open. So we got market opening up in about 2 minutes. We got some volatile candles right here, pre-market, just the first couple candles. And we'll see if this thing pushes up. So if price pushes up, we'll obviously be looking for some buys. If price pushes down, we'll obviously be looking for some sells. But for right now, across the higher time frames, the sells look like what's going to be in control for today. But I mean, we'll see. That is not always the case. So we got price over here coming down. It tapped the lower liquidity right here a minute before market open. We got market opening up in about 40 seconds. Here we go as price pushes back down below. And we'll see where this takes us. All right, so price is broken down below this lower level of liquidity. That liquidity is pretty much done with, as you guys can see. Again, if the volatility is too high, I'm gonna have to hold back for a little bit. Might have to change our TP stop loss to something a little bit wider. It's currently at 15.15 right now, but if the volatility is too high, we'll move it up to maybe 30.30, if not 50.50. But I'm hoping we don't have to move it up that high. I'll do my calculations if that's the case. So if that becomes the case, the spread right now is currently 3 points. So I mean, it's pretty wide right now. All right, so this is the opening candle. As you guys can see, the candle is pretty huge. The spread is really, really high right now, guys. I think I'm gonna have to change our TP stop loss for the day because just because of the spread, I think that's gonna, obviously cause a lot of issues here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to change the TP stop loss. There's no way we could use a 15.15 today. We're probably gonna have to use a 5, go for maybe a 30.30. Because the spread right now is going up to 6 points. It's way too high. And the market is still moving pretty crazy. So I'm just going to change my TP stop losses over here to, or my contract sizes to five contracts instead of 7. And I'm going to increase my TP stop loss to 30.30 for now. Yeah, the volatility right now is just way too high, guys. It's not really worth the risk per se. Change my trailing stop to I'm changing my trailing stop to 25. All right, so I'm just making a few changes over here to my parameters on my Ninja. Okay, so I'll be looking for some possible opportunities over here. My TP stop loss is set to 30.30. My trailing stop is set to 25.22. So when I hit 25 points in profit, my stop loss will get automatically moved to 22 points stop loss in profit. So just a heads up, you have to make some adjustments here, unfortunately. I don't like making adjustments mid-market, but this is the only way we can do this because you guys can see how the market's moving. The ATR is picking back up. It's back up to that's 44. Just when I thought the market was going to go back to normal, it's definitely not. So, with that said, you just have to adapt with the market, guys. The only thing here that's changing is going to be the TP stop loss, going to be a little wider out. There's a market flow entry that just came up right here. I'm not going to take it because there's a pending buy signal. but there is a market flow entry that just came up right here. So this is the market flow entry that's currently running right now. It just hit TP, not in the position, but happened very quickly. So as you guys can see, the 30-30 would have worked perfectly fine right here. So I'll just wait for the next one. Yeah, the volatility here it's kind of all over the place. All right, there's no market flow entry here yet. There could be a possible market flow entry here though if this comes back down. Let's see. So if this swings back down, this could be a possible market flow entry. Put a pending order right there to catch it if it comes back down.
Order submitted.
Cancel it. Cancel it. No, didn't
Order
fill.
canceled.
All right, wait for the next one here. All right, see how this market moves. Possible another market flow entry right here. See if I get my pending order up in here.
Order submitted.
Oh, it's too close. Wasn't able to get into it right there, guys. Let's see. I don't want to enter at market. Just the price is too close. Let's see, 564. All right, I'll put the pending order there again. So I'm in the position now. It's pushing down right there. Damn, this thing has a pending buy signal here.
Order submitted.
So volatility is pushing down right here. Bigger TP stop loss like we planned for. The volatility is just kind of really back and forth right now. Might get stopped out here. That buy signal kind of threw me off because it came up at the last second. I got stopped out. It's all good. So this buy signal right here, I wasn't expecting that buy signal. It came up like at the very last second when it filled, literally filled it, came back up. Small loss right there. I just lowered my risk. So it's the same risk that I typically take for a 30 point. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put that in the stats for today. Man, this market is just, it's hard to trade this market because of the increased volatility. So let's see, 35. All right, if price swings up, that's fine. We'll start looking for some buys here. I was in profit about like 15 points, as you guys can see over here when it came down, and then because I'm going for the 30. So if this was at 15, it would have hit. But I mean, I changed my TP stop loss to higher, of course. So I mean, it's all good. So if we did a 15-15 right here, it worked out. But you know, like I said, we have to make adjustments because of the current market conditions. I'd rather take a buy here anyways, personally. Nice. So Nick over here actually has trailing stop set to 15. So I pulled him out in profit at 10. He used the old trailing stop. I was thinking about leaving that, Nick. I was about to leave that on there, but then I was like, I might as well make adjustments because of the you know, the market conditions, of course. So let's see where we're at right now. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I lowered my risk. So even though we're going for a bigger TP stop loss, it's still same risk. So I'm not exactly too far down.
It seems like today it's just
Sorry, guys. I had opened my NinjaTrader to change my settings here. All right, where's my thing at? Risk settings. There we go. I had to make small adjustments to my risk settings over here on my Ninja because it's set to or it was set to lower risk. All right, so we got price pushing up right here. Again, if price continues to climb up higher, it just hit the first level of liquidity right here. I don't know if anybody caught that. So we got that right there. If price climbs up over here, I'll be looking for the buys. Still bearish right now. So there's no shift in trend yet. Price can easily just come back down. But if price shifts above, be looking for those buys, of course. Personally, I'd rather take buys here. Because I do think price is going to correct back up eventually. Like I said, there's a bunch of liquidity sitting up here. So for me, I think buys would be ideal. It's just the choppiness over here is really what's throwing the market off a bit. You guys can see these candles are, I mean, they're huge. Like these candles right here are huge. This buy signal over here, didn't even see that come up until the last second. But yeah, we're getting some big candles right here. You get like one small candle and then another big one. So for example, over here, we're getting a bunch of small candles, and this will easily shift to, you know, a big candle up or a big candle down. Yeah, CJ said market flow hit, but he came so fast. Yeah, it's happening super fast, guys. You have to really focus on the charts here. I was really hoping this thing was going to come back down at least enough to hit TP. But, you know, like I said, this is why I don't like to adjust my TP stop loss very much. I like the 15-15, but because of the current market conditions, we have to make adjustments. Again, right here, as you guys can see how price is currently moving, it's kind of slowing down a little bit. So again, right there, another market flow entry that just came up right there for a sell. Just like, you know, just like what CJ just said, it came up super quick. So let me save this right here. But I'm going to stick to 30-30 for now. I mean, 30-30s, it pretty much gets the job done for now. And then I'll make some changes later. I typically like to trade around ATR, but it's just a little messy here. So as you guys can see, the range is currently between the 750 mark down here and the 39,000 mark. So the range is pretty wide at the moment. It's about 250 points. Pretty far out. Yeah, 250 points right here. All right, so price is kind of consolidating around this middle area right here. Not going to take any trades here, of course. In order for me to take some sells, I'm going to wait for price to come down slightly below here. And for me to take some buys, I'm going to wait for price to come up above here. Price is just consolidating between these two levels right here. That's not really a good area to take trades at this moment, at least. It's currently consolidating between the 950 and the 900 mark, 50-point consolidation. And we will we'll wait to see where this goes. See, Nick said NQ is dumping right now. I can see that. Let's take a look at CNBC real quick. All right, so looking over here at CNBC, looks like NASDAQ is down about 36 points. So it's not down as crazy as it was yesterday for across the board. The Dow is currently down 63 points, S&P is down 10 points, NASDAQ's down 30 points. Yeah, nothing too crazy right now. There's another market flow entry right here, but it's right at opening price. So I don't necessarily want to mess with it. So I'm not taking any trades here yet because it's like right at opening price. I'm gonna look for it to pull it down a little lower and come down from there. It's just tricky trading around opening price right here. Let me take a look at the level 2. Level 2 is, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty balanced. I don't really see much happening over here at level 2. As you guys can see, the volatility here is starting to die down a little bit. And then we just all of a sudden get this big candle. So the consolidation right here between the 950 and the 900 mark is still active. You guys can see price hasn't broken out of this area. It's still going back and forth between this area right here. So again, I need price to break out of this area. So I need price to push above the sessions, climb up higher for a buy. I need price to break below the opening price and lower for a sell. You don't want to trade where price is going sideways like this. Of course, unless it's for a CV entry, this could be a possible CV entry right here if this closes red. So if this closes red, this could be a possible CV entry back to opening price. And no longer a CV entry because this pushed up to a newer high. So this is no longer going to be a CV entry. Would have been a nice one though. During these consolidation moves, the CV entries work pretty well. V1 variations and CV entries. CV stands for consolidation variation, so that's what it's meant for. But no CV entry there, or a V1, they're not on the same level. So we got a pending buy signal over here. And there we go, its price swings back down. So the price is still stuck within the consolidation right here. Again, there's no direction today. Price is pretty much just going back and forth as it normally does. There's a market flow entry setting up right here again, but it's within the consolidation, not an area where you guys really want to trade at. All right, so we'll sit tight and just wait here again. So I'm really just waiting for price to break out of this consolidation. Once price breaks out of this area, great, I'll start looking for some entries. Here's our clean chart. Price is pretty much just consolidating between two levels right there. So you guys can see the consolidation started pre-market, faked out down here, back into consolidation. So in order for me to look for some entries, I need price to break out of this area, climb up higher, or break out below. Doesn't really matter which direction, but direction would help. All right, so it looks like we're starting to get a shift in trend over here. Again, I'm gonna look for price to break out of the sessions, possibly retest the sessions, and then continue up higher from there. So the thing that you want to look out for here is a possible fake out. So price may push above the sessions, close right there. Might fake out and come back below, back into the range. So I'm looking for this. I'm looking for it to actually break out and climb up higher. So look out for the fake out here. There's two scenarios that can play out here. One scenario is a break and retest of the sessions and continue up higher. That's what I'm looking for. The other scenario is push up, fake out, and come back into the range. So two different scenarios here. I'm just looking for the confirmation. That break and retest looks pretty nice right there. So if we get that break and retest, I'm going to look for something like this: break and retest, push up, retest the pivots, and then come back up higher. If I get a pattern like this, I will be looking for the possible buy entry. The pivots here are shifting. They're not completed yet, but they are starting to shift a little bit. Again, two different scenarios that you want to be careful for here: either the fake out or the continuation. I'm banking on the continuation because that's what I want. If price pushes through here, it's going to hit liquidity. So we've got two levels of liquidity right here. First one right there, second one right there. So we've got a couple targets for price to reach to if it does continue climbing up higher. But again, you just got to wait for that confirmation. So here we go. Price pulls back down. Let's see if it fakes out or if it continues climbing up higher. So this could be a possible market flow entry right here. I mean, if it pulled back further, I would want it to pull back further to come in and test the pivot down there. But this could be I mean, it's a market flow setup. It's coming over here and it tested the sessions, of course. It's probably going to push up, hit liquidity, push through. Not in this one right here. I'm waiting for it. I would have wanted it to pull back a little more. So not in this position yet. But this is kind of the setup that I was looking for. Above the sessions, though, of course. Not right at the sessions. Sorry, guys, 1 second. All right, so let's see. We got price pushing up past the liquidity right there. So it looks like we're probably gonna get the continuation here. After this candle, I'm gonna look for the retracement, bounce off the pivot, and continuation up higher. So one of the two patterns here is playing out. Like I mentioned, I said look out for the fake out or the continuation, the break and retest of the sessions right there. And I'll be looking for the possible continuation as price comes back to retest the pivot down here. So there we go with price breaking past the liquidity. If you guys take the liquidity right there, it looks like it shot through pretty nice. The ATR is starting to, here, let me measure these candles real quick. The candles aren't like as huge as they were earlier. This candle right here is pretty decently big, 36 points. This one over here was about 40 points. This one right here was about 15 points. I mean, it's pretty decent. Okay, so we got the retest of the liquidity right here. Price hasn't pulled back to retest the pivots yet. So I'm looking for a stronger retest over here. Pull back, retest the pivot, and shoot back up. We have liquidity sitting right here. Let me see what other targets we have above. And then we have the New York high up here. We have more targets just waiting up here. All right, we got price pushing up, hitting liquidity right there. Let me measure this previous candle. All right, so measuring from this low right here, price is a bit overextended. It's pushed up about 200 points. You want to keep that in mind too. That's why I'm looking for the retracement. We could obviously take the continuation here. There's a breakout V3 continuation off this candle, but you know, like I said earlier, this is overextended, so I'm waiting for it to actually retrace back because it's up 200 points. And we need this to retrace back a decent amount before I can take anything here. So liquidity right there got hit again. The second level of liquidity above this area. We got price pushing up. This could also be setting up for a levels entry. This thing's climbing up to the next level up here, like I said. It's pushing up to the session highs and the liquidity up here that I circled for you guys. That's the next target. We still have not gotten that retracement, so there's still no entries for me to get in yet. We got low impact news coming up over here at 7 o'clock. Inflation rate. All right, so still waiting for that retracement here. This market's tricky. It's tricky because you'll have like a couple candles here that are big, and you'll have a couple candles that are like really small. Like this right here is 12 points. It's messy because yeah, it's messy because I don't want to change. So I want to go back to the 15-15, but I also don't want to because the spread's high, and then also on top of that, these candles just kind of get big all of a sudden. Trying to find a sweet spot between the 15 and the 30. Because I think 30 might be a little, I mean, it's not huge, but it's pretty wide. You guys can see here. I think 25 might even be better. But then again, if the market starts moving very volatile, it's going to be an issue. All right, so we got price kind of coming down here a little bit. Looks like price might consolidate here for a bit. See where we're at. All right, so we're getting some price consolidation right here. I mean, price is still climbing up a little bit. Again, I need a sharp retracement. So I need price to sharply retrace down, bounce off the pivot, and continuation higher. This thing's not ready to come down yet. Looking at the level 2 data, I mean, it's pretty balanced. There's not really much on one side or the other. I do see some bigger sellers coming in though. So I saw a 20, I mean, they're on both sides though. I see some 20 contracts on both sides. So it's like one will show up and the other will come up on the other side. So they kind of just balance each other out. Some big buy orders here. This thing's probably going to push up to the session to liquidity. So here we go, as price pushes up higher. Still have not gotten that liquidity yet. I mean, not liquidity. We still haven't gotten that retracement yet. So the candles here are starting to slow down a little bit. The target still hasn't gotten hit. But it looks like price here is starting to slow down a bit as we get closer and closer to news over here at 7 o'clock. So we have news at 7 o'clock, which is inflation rate. Then at 7:10, we have economic optimism. And this thing is still climbing. See, Nick caught a trade over here for a buy. Let's see what Nick did. Damn, Nick, you got in right here. So Nick got the, looks like he held on to it for super long. He got the entry right here that happened at the, it was basically a market flow entry off the sessions. Held on to it, I think came up pretty high. I was tempted to get in from there too, Nick, when it bounced off here. So when it shot back up, I was tempted to hold on to that because price isn't really coming back to the pivots, where it hasn't came back to the pivots yet. We just got burned with this a lot last week, so I haven't really been taking them at the the session. So Nick's up 3,875. Nice work, Nick. Yeah, that's pretty heavy. All right, so we have a possible market flow setting up right here. Only problem is that it's going to be right at the sessions, of course. I don't think this is going to fill. I'll wait for the next candle here. So looking for the possible market flow entry right here on the next candle, not this one, but the next one. So we have price swinging down right there. Let me see if I can put a buy limit right there.
Order,
So let's see, I'm in the position now.
order
The
submitted.
only problem is the volatility is very low. I forgot there was news at 7. So this is actually a little bit of a risky entry. We have news right here at 7 o'clock. Totally forgot we had news. Let's see where it goes from here. I mean, I'm already in it, so I can't get out of it. So we got price pushing up right here. Fuck. The news pushing price down right now. So this is the news candle right here. I might get stopped out. Yeah, I forgot about the news at 7 o'clock. I mean, it's low impact, but still. Let me check the news real quick, see what it was. This was my bad. I forgot to, I totally forgot about the news. The news over here was, let's see. Still hasn't came up yet. Just trying to see what it's looking like. I'm still hanging on to it right here. Let's see if it pushes through. Full TP right there, guys. All right, so I'm back to break even for the day. Thank God, stupid news. This was my bad, guys. I shouldn't have taken the trade here. I totally forgot there was news at 7 o'clock. I don't know why I didn't look at the line because the line was right on my chart, but it did hit our TP right there for full TP. So I'm back at break even for the day. Thank God. It threw me off for a little bit right there because of the that big spike to the downside. I was expecting it to hit stop loss because of the spike, and thankfully it went straight to our TP. So pretty solid right here. Gary's asking, Sean, are you still working on 20 Apex accounts? No, I'm already done. I'm all at full 20, 300K PA accounts with Apex. So yeah, no, we're good. Finished them up, I think last week or the week before that. Honestly, I don't know what, I don't have any understanding of time right now. So yeah, no, I'm done with it. They're all right here. 20 Apex, 300K counts. So this entry came up over here at 659. 658. These are actually 30 points. $30 right here. All right, so we'll keep looking for another entry here. I'm currently at break even for the day. So let's continue to see what we got here next. So the 30 points is okay, it looks like. I mean, the 30 points is working right now because of the current market volatility. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick at 30 for now. I think 25 is good in some instances, but sometimes when you get these huge candles, like this candle right here was huge. You know, this is like a 60-point candle. The 25 wouldn't survive that move there. So I'm gonna stick to 30 for now. We got price currently right here at the sessions. Price is now at the liquidity as well. So price climbs up higher. Let's see if there's any other targets up here. Oh, there's a bunch of targets up here. So I think price will probably continue climbing up. The next target is going to be the Asia high right here. And then we have the London high over here. So I'll continue to look for some more buys here. As price continues to climb up. I mean, personally, I'd like a retracement, but not super necessary. I just gotta make sure not to make stupid mistakes again like I did earlier. So there's news over here at 7:10. I'm not gonna take any trades 5 minutes before. And I'm gonna wait for price to react to it. I typically don't trade after 7, but the current market that we're in, we don't really have a choice at this point. We kind of got to take what we can get, and unfortunately, that is trading after 7 o'clock. So we'll see. I mean, if the volatility dies down and it's too low, then obviously I'm not going to mess with it. But if there's good entries, I'll look for them. So I'm only going to look for something that's very quality, right? Of course, I'm looking for something that works very well right now. That looks very well. Because I don't want to force any trades, but I also don't want to miss out on any moves here. Because the market here between 6:30 and 6:30 and 7 is not this typical 6:30 and 7 that we're used to. So between 6:30 right here and 7 o'clock, you can see there wasn't very much direction. Price kind of went one direction, reversed the other way, and just consolidated for about 30 minutes until it finally made its stride to the upside. And then now it's starting to move sideways again right here. So the volatility here is getting really low, but we'll see what happens in the next few moments. Let's see. Gary said, heard some news that Apex has some issues off late payouts. Issues off late on payouts. So one thing that I would recommend, Gary, is understand who you're getting your information from, right? Because I always see people complain about Apex, and it's usually the people who are breaking the rules. Like, nobody in our group has had any issues with Apex. They get their payouts on time. I mean, they don't violate the rules, right? They do what they're supposed to. The people that I always see complaining about Apex are the people who violate the rules. So I don't know who you heard that from, Gary, but I haven't heard any news about them being late on payouts. At least no one that I know personally. So before you guys go and watch these YouTube people that just like to talk too much, I mean, there's some YouTube people that I know as well that are not even big in the Apex space, but they haven't had anything bad to say. So, I mean, yeah, it's up to you guys, whatever you guys want to use. Because if you guys see my DMs on Discord, you won't imagine how many times people ask me dumb questions about Apex. Hey, bro, are you getting paid out? Hey, bro, do you trust Apex? Hey, bro, do you like Apex? I'm like, I'm using Apex. And I'm telling you guys about Apex. If I didn't like Apex, I wouldn't have told you guys about Apex. And if I don't trust them, I wouldn't have told you guys about Apex. So just a reminder, guys, like vet the person that you're getting your info from, because anybody could get on YouTube and talk about anything and you'll believe it. So make sure like the people that you learn trading from actually trade and actually know how to trade. People who are talking about Apex, they actually use Apex and they're following the rules. Because the only people who have a problem with Apex, and I'm not even trying to promote Apex. The thing is, I'm using Apex. If you guys want to use it, feel free to use it. I think it's a good platform. If you can follow the rules with Apex, then it's a good platform because you can have, like I said, 20 accounts, right? 20, 300K accounts like I have right now. I just need to take, so I've been telling you guys in the past, like, I just need to take one trade. So right now, if I get one winning trade right now, each trade I'm making 625, right? So 625 times 20, I'll make 12,500 in one trade. That's why I'm being very selective about the trades that I want to take. And this is why, I use Apex. The other competitor, of course, is going to be Top Step. I think Top Step is good. Top Step is great if you don't have the discipline to follow rules. They're a little more lax, less rules. The only downside with Top Step that I can like personally say is that they only give you a certain amount of accounts. So there's another market flow entry right here, guys. Sorry, I just missed it. It happened too quick. I don't think I wanted to take a market flow entry right here anyways because the volatility is so low. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, the other competitor to Apex would be Top Step, which I think is great, but they only give you 5 accounts. So, 5 accounts, 20 accounts, I'm going to take the 20 accounts. So, just I just want to put that out there because every day it gets kind of annoying. Like my DMs get filled with like all these Apex questions, like I run Apex or something. Um, if I didn't trust them, I wouldn't be using them anymore, but here I am using them. Anyways, I wouldn't take this market flow entry right here as well because we had news right here at 7:10. This is medium impact news, economic optimism. So this is likely to push price. And you can see right here, price is pushing here pre-news. The target's going to be up here, which is the Asia high. And we will continue to go from there. Yeah, no problem, Gary. I mean, Apex isn't for everybody, so just keep that in mind. Like if you're trading the way that I trade, Apex works perfectly fine because we're trading within their parameters. Like we don't violate any rules trading this way. If you trade, if you swing trade, if you day trade a certain way, if you DCA, then obviously Apex is not for you because they don't allow that stuff. All right, guys, so we got news coming up right here in about 7 seconds. So we got news right here. And I know who you're talking about too, Gary. Now that I'm thinking about it, I know who you're talking about, which YouTuber, because he's promoting a different funding company. So I know exactly who you're talking about. He's been promoting this other funding company for a while now. And it shows his intention. That's why he's trying to knock down Apex because he wants people to sign up and use his affiliate link to another funding company. I know who you're talking about because I follow that funding company that he's promoting too. I'm looking at theirs as well, but I'm just not ready to use theirs because they don't use NinjaTrader yet. Yeah, it's funny that now that I think about it, I'm like, I know exactly who you're talking about. Because he used to be super big on Apex. He used to promote Apex a lot. Now he promotes this other funding company. All right, guys. So I'm not going to take any entries here. I'm going to wait to see how price reacts to. There's a possible market flow entry right there. I'm not going to take it, of course. I'm waiting to see how price reacts to the news right here. We had an economic optimism index that came up over here. It was negative news. The news over here for the inflation rate actually never came up. Yeah, so I'm going to wait to see how price reacts to this news event. The news event was right here at 7:10, 7:11 right now. We're just 1 minute later. This entry hasn't filled yet for a market flow. But if it does push up, this will be a possible market flow entry. Again, I'm not going to take this entry here, and it's not going to fill. You can see there's no wick on top, so that you can see that price never pushed past the entry point. So this market flow actually never filled. There's a possible another market flow right here on this candle. Man, this volatility is pretty flat, huh? It's the volatility died down quite a bit. Yeah, these candles are small. So like I said right here, there's another market flow entry that you could have taken. I mean, I wouldn't have taken it right here. The volatility is way too low. Plus, I'm just waiting for the market to react to the news. News was negative. I'm still surprised the inflation rate hasn't came up yet, but yeah, it's still negative right here. Let's measure these candles. All right, so there goes the market flow entry. I'll just mark it up to show you guys. I'm not going to take the entry, of course, but I just wanted to show you guys right here. If it pulls back down, I'll get in for a late entry right here, possibly. I want it to actually move though, so I need some volatility here. I'm not going to get it if it's just going to stay flat like this. Nah, the volatility is way too low right here. So this is the first market flow entry from this initial candle right here. It did hit full TP, but you can see how it's like a slow move here. Let's see, Sadie's asking if it's overextended. Let's measure from this low right here. It's hard to well, so I would push the overextension a little bit higher to like maybe 200 to 250 points. The 150 here is not the case because the ATR is so high. Um, yeah, it's hard to determine what overextended is here because you can see over here, Sadie, if you measure this one, this thing pushed up 300 points before it retraced down a little bit. And then right now, so the overextension is probably like double what it normally is. Right now it's like at 150. I would probably consider overextension a little higher, like maybe around the 200 mark. 200, 250, I think sweet spot for to start to identifying it as overextended. I think right here, price is probably just going to consolidate back and forth. Freddie said, Barag, you already called the day. Hope you mastered your craft, especially over trading. Yeah, I know. That's one of the biggest problems with a lot of people, guys. So one of the biggest problems with a lot of people is over trading and revenge trading, right? Right now, I'm currently at break even. So if I want to call the day, I can call the day. If I like, just for myself personally, I'll keep looking for entries. But if you guys are okay with your profits for the day, I know a lot of you guys here on the group locked in profits already. Let's take a look at our team profits real quick. So looking over here at the team profits, we have Shannon over here. She locked in a total profit of 540 for the day. Nice work, Shannon. All wins. And if you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. We have more profits over here again from our second account, total profit of 459. So great work right there across both your accounts, Shannon. Like I said, if you guys are happy with your profits, there's no need to keep trading. I mean, you can keep trading if you want, but you guys can see the market here is consolidating sideways. So right now, the current consolidation is between the, let's see, the 250 mark and the 150 mark. So let me go over here real quick. So consolidation right now is between the 250 and the 150. So you guys see here, price isn't really going anywhere. It's ranging and consolidating between these two price points right here, about a 100-point difference. The target if price pushes up higher is going to be the Asia high right here. That's going to be the target. All right, Sadie, we'll see you back here tomorrow. So Sadie's done for the day. Let's see. So we'll keep looking for opportunities here. Again, like I said, price is just consolidating between this area right here. So there's not really much to work with. There's still a target price point here. So if price does climb back up further, the target price point is going to be the sessions up there. There's a possible market flow entry that could be setting up right here. If anybody is looking to take that, it's just the volatility here is just way too low. So it hasn't filled yet, but I don't think there's enough volatility for it to even come up and fill. Yeah, this is probably not going to push back up. Just pushing back and forth between the range right here. So just keep in mind, guys, the range is going to be this black line right here, the 250 mark, and this lower range right here is going to be at the 150 mark. So basically, these two black lines is where price is ranging between. Let me measure these candles real quick, see how much of a direction we have. So the candles are decently sized right now. They are 35 to 40 points. Pretty much lines up with the ATR down here. ATR is currently at 42 right now. The spread is currently 3 right now. So I think this might be the norm for us now. I mean, typically we're used to like a small ATR, right? We're looking at like 20 ATR. Same type of market movement here, it's just lower volatility. So this is normal. You know, once you hit 7 o'clock, the market starts to tend to go sideways. This is why we stop trading around 7. We try to get our entries between 6:30 and 7. Sometimes you have to hold on to things a little longer, but at this point right now, I mean, price is just going sideways. This is normal between 7 and 8 o'clock. Sideways market is just more volatility. So same market conditions or same market, you know, structure. It's just higher volatility. There's a possible market flow here that can set up. We have about 30 seconds left on this candle. I'm not going to take this entry right here because the volatility is so low. Like I said, whenever I take these market flow entries, I need a nice retracement and then I need a nice correction. So I need a sharp drop and a sharp push up because I'm not trying to hold on to this position for like 10 minutes, right? I want to get in and out within the first 2 minutes. So I want it to fill and then go straight to TP. I don't want to hold on to it and have it go sideways for like the next couple minutes because that messes up the strategy. You're supposed to flow with the market. If you're holding on to a position for like 5-10 minutes, you're not flowing with the market. You're kind of just praying that price is going to go in your direction. So you guys can see over here from the first loss, this hit our stop loss within the first 2 minutes. And then same with our trade over here, this hit within the first 2 minutes. That's how the trade is supposed to hit. It's not supposed to go on for like more than 5 minutes at max. Let's see, Rashida said at 250 levels, entry looks good. Up to sessions, yeah. And that's kind of what I'm looking for too, Rashida. I'm looking for some volatility pushes here. I'm looking for price to push up and continue up higher because we have the Asia high right here. And then if price pushes up higher, we have the London high up here. So we got 2 targets, right? So we got some direction up here if price decides to continue climbing up. The problem is that we need that direction. So right now there's no direction. You can see price is just going back and forth within this area. It's literally consolidating between the same price points that I marked up earlier. So I showed you guys a 250 and the 150 right here. That's where the consolidation is happening. It might push up higher, might push up lower, push down lower, but it's not breaking out of this area right here. So I'll try to keep a clean chart over here just to show you guys the consolidation. It's a lot easier to see here than on the main chart because we have so much stuff going on over here. But obviously the direction here is still bullish. So we're looking for price to go up. It's just a matter of time until it does. So until then, we just got to hang tight and wait for the entries to come to us. So again, another market flow entry right here. This one's pushing up. Looks like it will probably hit TP. There's a lot of market flow entries right here, guys. So if you guys look over here, there was one right here, the previous one. This one would have hit already by now. And again, this one right here. But of course, I don't want to be holding on to these positions for that long. So because the volatility is so low, not exactly the type of entries that I want to get into. Yeah, if you compare the market right here between 6:30 and 7, you guys can see how there was a lot of volatility compared to now. Very low volatility. And no direction either. Which is normal. I mean, this is normal for these market conditions. 7:22 right now. I mean, we still have quite a bit of time until 8 o'clock. I'm not sure if I'll be able to take anything here, but I guess we'll just wait and see. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. This is a good time to ask questions. I don't hold my mentoring sessions weekly anymore. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hop into the chat. Right now, currently, I'm using a 30-30 TP stop loss. We typically use a 15-15, but because of the high volatility, we've kind of widened out a bit, doubled it up. The spread over here is looking back to normal. So typically the spread for futures is like 0 points. It's like 0 to 1. Right now it's between 2 and 3. So it's basically doubled. My risk right now is 5 contracts. I typically use 7 contracts when we're using a smaller TP stop loss, but because we had to widen out, my contract size is now back to 5. And if you guys are just joining, we had 2 trades for the day. We had 1 loss over here at 735, and then we had 1 win over here at 659. So we're basically at break even at the moment, which again is fine. I'd rather have a break even day than have a losing day. Just got to deal with these market conditions. If there's no movement here, of course, then there's just nothing here to take. So back to our clean chart, as you guys can see again right here. If you guys don't like the lines, you can also draw structure. So this might be a little easier for you guys to see. Not much going on here. So again, if we're looking for entries here, we're looking for price to break above and continue up higher, because we have targets up here. So if price pushes up, we have the Asia high right here, which is lined up with the liquidity, and then we have the London high above it, which is even higher. So let me just zoom out real quick, show you guys a couple of different scenarios here. So if price climbs up higher, we have 1 target right here, 2nd target right there. If price climbs down, we have the 1st target right here, the Asia low, and then the New York open right here. So we have targets in both directions. Doesn't matter where price goes, but we do have targets in both directions here. Price is attempting to push past the resistance here. Failed. Trying again right here. Let's see if we finally get this push back up. All right, so there's 2 things that will happen right here, guys. Price is going to hit liquidity most likely, and the target right there, which is the sessions. There's 1 of 2 things which will happen here. Price will either bounce off this, fake out, and come back down into the range, or price is going to break above and continue climbing up to the next target. So look out for the confirmations right there, either a confirmation of a continuation or a confirmation of a rejection and correction back to the range down here. There we go. As price rejects off the same price point that I just warned you guys about, hit liquidity right there. You guys can see the Asia high. Looks like this is probably going to be a fake out. So look out for the retracement back into the range. Again, there's 2 scenarios here. Price is either going to bounce off this, come back into the range, or it's going to break above and climb up to the next level. Yeah, just be careful, guys. This is an area of manipulation. This is why we don't trade at the sessions, because a lot can happen right here. I'm looking at the level 2 right now. Let me see where the level 2 is sitting. See who's in control right now. All right, so price is probably going to, it's pretty mixed right now, guys. It's not really one direction. I'm seeing a lot of buy orders, but then as soon as the buy orders come in, a bunch of sell orders come in. It looks like the buyers are in control though, so I think this is probably going to push up. It might not happen right now, but I think eventually price is gonna, it might retrace down a little bit and then shoot right back up to attempt to reach the next sessions. There's definitely a lot more buyers in the market right now, but they're trying to catch the dip, so they want price to dip down a little bit. Eventually, they'll climb their way back up higher. So what I would look for here, guys, is I would look for a possible CV entry or a V1 variation. I do think price will be bullish. I mean, there might not be a strong pullback, but I do think price will push through and push up to the next liquidity and levels up here. So the next target is still up here. Just keep that in mind, guys. There's still another target up there. All right, I'll try to get as much on this on the screen as possible. It's just kind of hard when I got to remeasure everything. There we go. So we have another target up here. But again, the problem is that price is stuck here at these sessions. It's an area of manipulation. Typically, we don't take any trades around the sessions, or at least any trades that have to cut through the sessions. I still see a lot of buy orders though, so they're trying to push price up. Price might dip down a little bit and then eventually bounce. So it might come down, bounce off the level right here and shoot right through. I'm just waiting for that to happen. So I do see a bullish push, guys. It's going to be a matter of time until it happens, but I do see a bullish push on its way. It's going to retrace down for a little bit, but eventually it's going to shoot right back up. Because I see a lot of buy orders here. People are trying to catch that dip. Let's take a look at retail sentiment. So on retail sentiment over here, you can see a lot of the retail traders are trying to catch the sell side because, I mean, obviously, they're trying to catch the sell side because they're trying to catch the top. And you can see right there the top. But there's a lot of buy orders. I'm looking at a bunch of buy orders here. So as you guys remembered earlier, when price pushed up to the sessions right here, I gave you guys a heads up. One of two scenarios are going to play out, right? It's either going to fake out and pull back into the range, or it's going to break above and continue climbing. Right here, price broke below and it's back into the range, but I'm expecting a correction back up. So the thing that you want to look out for is a possible CV or a V1 variation pattern. So if you get a CV or V1 variation pattern somewhere down here, this is probably going to climb back up. There's a market flow entry right there. I'm going to hold off on this though. The volatility here is just kind of throwing me off a little bit, and it's right at the sessions. But there's a market flow entry right here. See, this is what I don't like about trading after 7 o'clock is because you'll get a sideways move, a lot of small candles, and then all of a sudden you get one huge candle right here that kind of screws up the market. So I'm not in this position right here. It was right at the sessions. Like I said, I don't like to trade around the sessions. These are considered red flags to me where market manipulation tends to happen. So I'm looking at the level 2. People are still trying to push it back up. So I think eventually this is going to bounce back up. Might even happen like right here. But I think the main thing to look out for would be a V1 variation or a CV pattern. Okay, so this could possibly be a CV pattern right here. If this green candle closes smaller than this red candle, this is a CV pattern. It's a reversal pattern that we look for. It's even at a lower low, so this is even better. The only problem here is that price is at the sessions. So you got a pretty nice setup right here, but it's at what we consider a red flag where manipulation happens. Whenever price gets near any of these horizontal lines, so if I take off the levels real quick, whenever price gets near any of these lines that go from left to right, specifically the purple, green, and red, a lot of manipulation happens around those points. You can see over here, if you look at the previous candles, price comes around this area, a lot of manipulation comes up, comes back down, manipulation comes up, manipulation comes back down, manipulation around this area. The reason why these are manipulative is because these are where the previous session high lows are at. So obviously, that's an area where a lot of people like to trade. And if you trade where a lot of people are trading, then you're going to get faked out in a lot of cases. So here we go. Now as price kind of continues to do nothing basically. I'm not entering position. It's my messenger. I'm also not entering position as my messenger, guys. All right, 7:33 right now. So we don't really have much going on, as you guys can see. Price is kind of just going sideways again. Let me go back to our range from earlier. So if you guys look from earlier over here, price is still within parameters. So let me just mark up I'll clean it up a little bit. I'll mark up the 150 again. So prices, it did exactly what we anticipated. So if you guys remember from earlier, I mentioned, let me clean this up. So if you guys remember from earlier, I mentioned if price pushes up to this session, it's either going to continue up or it's going to pull back into the range, right? And you guys can see over here, price pulled right back into the range. Fake out happened, and it's back to where it was earlier. It's like this never happened. Price just continued to go sideways from here. Not in a position, guys. Sorry. I don't know how to mute my stupid Mac. I try to mute it. It says that it's muted right now, but for some reason, it still makes all this noise. All right. Nothing going on here. Again, price is still within the consolidation range. Same thing we expected from earlier. There was no V1 variation or CV pattern over here. So there's just, I mean, nothing for us to take here at the moment. There could be a possible market flow entry here. Price pulls down and swings back up. Yeah, it's too low, it's too late. It's gonna hit too. This thing spiked too quickly. I don't know if anybody caught that, but it was basically a market flow within the consolidation range. The 250 mark is right here, so it would have been a decent market flow entry to push up to the upper level of the consolidation. And this is what I mean about these entries. Like you have to really be paying attention because if you don't look at it for like a second, you'll miss the entry. Like this thing pulled back really quickly and then it shot all the way up super quick too. Full TP right there if anybody got that. It pushed up right to the 250 mark, which is the upper range of this consolidation. So the fact that it's in consolidation doesn't mean that you guys can't take entries. You can still trade within this area here. You can still trade within this area. It's just when price gets above this area right here, this is where you want to be careful because this is where you're probably going to get faked out. Nice. Kevin got it for partial. Horrible entry. Yeah, I can only imagine. The volatility here is it's nuts. I wish there was a faster way for me to put in these orders. Here, let me see if I can. I mean, technically there is a way. So let me see. I can probably use a basic entry. Yeah, I'll just have to be like super quick. It's probably best to just click it because the volatility is just a little too high. I'm trying to figure out ways to be more efficient with entering my trades. I like clicking and entering, but then sometimes the like the price isn't exactly where I want it to be. That's what makes it kind of annoying. It's always off by like a point or two. Let's see. Brock's asking Sean, kindly level 2 data you were using, like the one Apex offers, or on which platform? I'm using it on NinjaTrader. I didn't even know Apex offered the level 2. So I'm not sure which one you're referring to, Brock, but I pay for it myself on my personal account. So I have my own personal account on NinjaTrader and I pay for it through there. Yeah, I didn't know Apex offered it. But it's the same, it's probably the same thing though. There's only like one level, like there's only one level 2 data type thing. I just pay for it on my personal account though. So might be the same thing. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. I mean, if I knew they had it, I would use theirs, but it's fine. It works well for me. All right, so there's a possible entry right here for a market flow. The only problem with this here is that it's going to have to cut into the sessions, guys. So I'm not going to take this entry again. I'm going to be very careful about my entries here. I don't want to take anything that I'm going to regret. So because it cuts into the sessions right here, I'm not going to take this market flow if it swings up, because it's going to obviously it's considered a red flag at that point. And it's probably not going to fail here either. Another possible market flow entry right here. This one looks a little better, but the volatility is just a little too low. See, the entry would be 241. Yeah, I'm too fucking late again. It happened so quick. I was trying to put my pending order and then it ended up swinging all the way up right here. I don't know if anybody caught that. That was market flow right there. Like literally when I was trying to put in the order, it went straight up and it's about a TP, full TP right there. It's frustrating. This market is like, it's frustrating because you'll get like a bunch of these really small candles and all of a sudden the entry comes up and as soon as you try to put it in, it's too late. I'm gonna have to go back to just entering at market. Personally, I don't like entering at market because of the spread. I tend to get in at really bad entry. But yeah, I mean, it's just sometimes a little too quick. It's too quick for me to catch. Adam said, I find it easiest to put a pending buy way above market, then you can drag it down when you want it. Oh, nice, nice. That's actually a really good idea, Adam. I didn't think about that. Thanks for that. Yeah, now I need to figure out how to zoom out of my chart. Let's see. I'm already zoomed out. Oops. Too zoomed in. Okay, that makes sense. Adam, I think I'm going to do that too. There's another market flow entry here, but it's right at the sessions, guys. So obviously I'm not going to take it. Drew is asking, will it adjust your stop loss in TP2? That is a good question. Okay, perfect. Yeah, thanks, Adam. So Adam said, yeah, if you have it programmed into your ATM storage, yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I don't think the TP stop loss gets set until you're actually entered into the position. So once you're entered into the position, that's where it gets set up. Okay, perfect. No, that's smart. Thanks, Adam. I never thought about that, but now it makes a lot of sense. So like, if you guys are wondering what we're talking about here, Adam is basically saying, so say for example, I want to enter a trade right here, right? But it takes me forever. It happens too quickly. So what happens is I'll just have a pending order just chilling up here, and then I'll drag it down here. And then as soon as it's as soon as I want to put the order in, I just let it go and then it fills in right there. So that's actually really, really smart, Adam. They teach you that in law school? Man, that's actually a good idea. The thing with law school, Adam, is that it taught us a lot of logic, right? So you can figure out a lot of things just by using your brain versus it's a lot of trial and error. I mean, that's pretty much how I got into trading and how I got at this level of trading. It's really just a lot of trial and error. Oh, thanks, Gyal. Yeah, so Gyal said he's thinking level 2 data is like the name Apex gave it, kind of like integrated advanced for Sierra charts. Yeah, there's some indicators, like if you look at the indicator list, like even over here on trading view, like you'll look up indicators and it says level 2, but it's really not level 2. Yeah, so it might not be the actual level 2 because you typically have to yeah, it's kind of similar to like footprints, like you said, Brock, and death bars, but it's more like the DOM. So if you're using the DOM and it shows you how many orders are coming in, that's like basically what the level 2 is. But the level 2 is just a little more accurate because it gives you like specific price levels, stuff like that. Drew said, yeah, and taking IQ tests trains your brains. Low-key been doing that to keep my mind moving. Yeah, no, I agree. If you guys haven't taken an IQ test, you guys should take one. It just kind of gets your brain moving. It's like with trading. So like for example, here, like how I'm analyzing the charts real time, your brain just has to be moving like at all times. So your brain just has to keep moving. You have to know how to adapt with the market. IQ tests can help you with that. There's a lot of different things. You just have to be able to think very quickly, like think on your feet. That's really what it is. It's the same with like IQ tests. It's kind of just thinking on your feet. There's a possible entry right here for a market flow, guys. I'm not going to take it. It's right at the sessions, but this is another market flow entry. So Adam said, my girl and I just ordered crossword puzzle books. We're old. One thing that I used to play a lot was Sudoku. I don't know if you guys ever played Sudoku before. Sudoku really gets your brain going too. Especially if you have like on your phone, you can like go on like super hard levels. I think Sudoku is like really what got me into trading because it's like when you play Sudoku, you're kind of like solving a puzzle, and that's kind of how it is with trading. When you're trading, you're analyzing the markets, and you're kind of just solving a puzzle every day. It's like a new puzzle. So guys, the market flow entry right there just hit full TP. It was right at the sessions, like I said, kind of tricky, but it did hit full TP right there. And we got price climbing up. Again, the next target is going to be up here, the session. So if it continues to climb up from where it's currently at, there can be possible opportunities for entry here. So price broke out of the range, and it's finally climbing up higher. It's pretty much what I anticipated earlier. I'm going to look for that retracement and then continuation. So we got price kind of climbing up right here. You might want to be a little careful with the retracement because not really much here to work with. So you want to be careful right here because if it retraces down, you want to also be careful for the fake out because although price did break out of the range here, it can easily pull back into the range, right? So again, the same scenario that I talked about earlier over here. Remember I mentioned there's two scenarios that could play out. It's either going to continue climbing or it's going to fake out right here and pull back into the range. It's the same concept. It's same thing that can happen here. Price is pushing up. You want to be careful because it can either come back down or it can push up higher. My guess is that it's going to push up higher because it's pushing up to the sessions right here. We have a target, but whenever price does retrace, you want to be careful because it might not necessarily just shoot right through. Nice. Freddie actually caught the trade. Nice work, Freddie. Yeah, Adam said, remember to move your pending order though when this happens. Yeah, no, exactly. I was only going to put the pending order on the chart once I like had an idea where the entry was going to be at. So since I don't have an entry right now in mind, it's gonna not put it on there. I think this is what you got caught into last time, right? Adam, I remember like a couple of days ago you mentioned that you're trying to move your pending order, and now it makes sense because you're like, oh, does anybody have trouble removing their pending order? And I could see what happened. Your pending order is probably there, and this is probably what happened, right? Where it spiked up and it filled it right away. Because I think you were doing that on, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday, Monday. The volatility was so high. I can't believe you're doing that, where you had the pending order and then it would just spike up and then yeah, Adam said, yeah, it didn't fill. He thinks everything was just overloaded. Yeah, no, I agree. Because there was a lot of issues with a lot of other brokers yesterday too. Like I'm surprised Schwab wasn't letting me log in. It wasn't like I was going to sell all of my investments. I was just wanting to see where my accounts were sitting. My accounts are pretty much fucked for the day for yesterday. I think I didn't lose a lot, but I lost like maybe like 2 to 5% yesterday. And it's correcting back up today, so it's not a big deal. I have a lot of investments in QQQ right here. You can see how it's pushing back up. That's why I have these on my chart. All right, so price reached the target right here, which is the sessions. You guys can see where I circled it. We got the sessions, we got liquidity right there. Now you'll see what happens next. So now that price is here, again, there's one of two things that will happen. Whenever a price reaches a sessions like that, one of two things happens. Price pushes up and then it reverses back down, or price breaks above and it continues climbing. So here we go as that scenario is playing out right here. Watch for this again here. So again, if you want to look for the correction back up, look for that V1 variation pattern or the CV pattern. You can also look for a market flow entry. The only problem here is that the market flow is going to be a little tricky on these first levels. And again, this is another example of why we don't trade at the sessions, because you get caught in manipulation right there. Okay, so there's a possible entry over here for another market flow and maybe the next candle. I'll watch to see how it moves. I'm not going to get in right away, but I'm going to see how it moves. If it looks like it's going to swing back up, then I'll probably look to take it. If not, I'll probably think about just waiting for the next entry. So I would like this to come down a bit further. See where the entry would be at. Should be right there at the 42 mark. See, I'll put a pending order right here. See if it fills it. So I got my pending order just sitting right there. Swings back up. Otherwise, I'll just cancel it. See, if it doesn't fill within the next 5 seconds, it's going to cancel it. Okay, so I'm in the position right here. The entry wasn't the best. So I'll probably move my TP down
Order
a little
submitted.
bit. 1 point. So I'll move that down a little bit. All right, so the volatility here is a little low. Watching as it climbs up higher. My stop loss is in profit. And I got stopped out on profit right there. So a slight profit right there, guys. Fucking bitch. Fuck me. So my stop loss got moved in profit and then it went and hit the TP right there. It's all good. I mean, I made my profit on it. So slight profit for the day, 2 wins for the day. So we're net positive for the week, which is not bad. Not too bad for a crazy week, guys. I mean, this is a crazy week that we're dealing with. You know, like I said, as much as I would like to have a smooth week, it's just not a smooth week at all. But I mean, it's all good. Pretty good profit right there. 751 was the entry. And I can't get mad at this. I made profit on it, so can't really be mad at making profit in a crazy market like this. So let me take a screenshot of my accounts for the day. Again, I'm trading 20 PA accounts, 300K PA accounts with Apex. And then I'm also trading my personal accounts. So you guys will see 21 accounts on my profits for the day. Okay. So, I mean, I'm glad we locked in that trade. I needed that win, guys. Honestly, I needed the win because this market's kind of been throwing me off all week. And that win just solidifies my confidence in this market because I'm showing you that even though the market's crazy, I'm able to, like, we had to make so many adjustments this week. We made adjustments to our TP stop loss. We made adjustments to our contract size. We made adjustments to a lot of things here because this market is not something that we're used to. We have to adapt to this market. And because of the market conditions and volatility, there's some changes that got to be made. So this is just a boost to my confidence that, okay, the strategy still works perfectly fine. The only thing we needed to change here was our TP stop loss. I mean, if I went for 15-15, it would have been even easier, but we'll keep playing through with this, guys. I mean, the 15-15 here would have worked out perfect. It would have shot right through to my TP. But again, like I said, I got to be smart about it. And we got to make our adjustments along the way. So solid day today, guys. 2 wins, 1 loss. This is currently the stats for the week so far. So let me add up these profits. You guys will see on the YouTube videos, I'm putting up how much we made in profit now per day. So for the day here, see, I locked in 505 times 20 plus 420. Not too bad. So I locked in 10,520 for the day, and same for the week so far. This one on top is my personal account. You can see it's different from the rest. And the rest right here, I locked in 505. These are my 20 PA 300K accounts with Apex. So not bad, decent profit for the day. So I don't want to go and type all that up. Let me just copy this real quick. I'm going to be lazy today. Okay, so our profit for the day is 10,520, and then same for the week so far. All right, guys, about to be 8 o'clock, about 5 minutes. There are my profits for the day. And I think we're good. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat right now. Otherwise, it's about to be 8 o'clock, so pretty much done trading for the day. Let me see what I got to do here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to edit the video. I'm going to put our stats in the video now so that you guys, it's just easier for you guys to see. So plus 10,050. Profit. All right, I think I did that right. All right, so I think I did that right. So all right, guys, if there's any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, it's 7:57 right now, about 3 minutes till 8. And I think we're gonna wrap this up. So yeah, again, if you guys have profits to post up, feel free to post them in the chat. This posting your profits here isn't to show off. This is to give you guys a confidence just like me. Like I feel confident now that I made profit for the day and for the week so that tomorrow I could go in full confidence. Posting your profits here is not necessarily to show off or showcase. It's just to show that, okay, this is going to be like at this point, you can always just look back and see who's doing well, right? If you can see yourself doing well pretty consistently, this is going to boost your confidence every single day. You're like, oh, I'm killing it. So I'm going to keep taking trades and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So that tomorrow you'll feel confident. Okay, I'm going to like your goal for tomorrow is to post profits in the team profits, right? That's your goal every day. Your goal every day is to post your profits so that you can find your consistency. If you post profits every day, you know, by the end of the week, you should be in profit. Like you should have profit held over for the week. And then if you keep posting every week, then by the end of the month, you should be in profit. So I think everybody's goal here is really to just be able to post profits in the team profits chat. Because like for me, this is what gives me the confidence, guys. Like, for example, last week, you know, I locked in some pretty good profit. I killed it. I did. This is what keeps me consistent because I'm like, okay, I did good yesterday. I did good the day after that. I did even better the day after that. I'm like, okay, I had a great week this week. So there's nothing to complain about. It just keeps your mindset going. Like I've talked about to a lot of you guys, it's all about trade psychology. If you guys don't have the confidence to trade, you're not gonna trade well because you're just gonna be scared trading every day. Like for example, I usually don't trade after 7 o'clock, but you know, right here, my goal was to post profits for the day, right? So I took this trade with you guys, and look what happened. I was able to post profits. I wasn't trading scared. I traded with confidence, and I knew what I was doing. So I trusted my analysis, and of course, played out perfect. So nice profits right here from Andy. Andy locked in 363 for the day. Nice work, Andy. And then we have Kevin over here. Total profit of 1,378. Nice work, Kevin. All wins across all of his accounts. Locked in 750 on the first one, 466 on the second, 162 on the third for a total profit of 1,300. And then also, you know, big thanks to Johnny over here. Johnny's one of our traders here in the group. He actually made me a sign. It's a pretty cool sign. Kodi Kai trade sign right here that Johnny made. Just want to give Johnny a shout out. I'll give you another shout out tomorrow, Johnny. I totally forgot that I wanted to share this with you guys, but it's a pretty cool sign for that, and it also lights up. So thanks, Johnny. Appreciate that. Johnny didn't need to do that. He just came and dropped off the sign yesterday. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap this up for the day, and we'll be back here, same place, same time tomorrow for the next live trading session. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, hit me up on Zoom. Otherwise, I will see you guys